We did a project to change out the content management system that supports our public website, and there's a huge long list of all the things that were wrong with the old content management system. But it really boiled down to there was a lot of manual effort, and it wasn't integrated with our student information system, and so there was a lot of work to just get the content on the site. And so the success metric or criteria for that project was really about, when we get to the end of this, how much of the information are we able to get automatically? How much can we propagate directly to the public website without human intervention? And we got to the end of doing that. The business agreed that was kind of the result. There's still some manual effort involved, but they felt that they got enough of that, enough additional capacity by doing what we did that worked for them. I say that's sort of a casual approach, and I think that's true. I think it's also the case that this kind of benefits realization is an extremely difficult thing to measure, and it's been that way throughout my career. I have seen even very large, very mature organizations with very large enterprise PMOs struggle with how to both measure the outcome of a business process change, but then to how to hold accountable the people who sponsored that project originally or executed that project originally, especially in places where I've been in the past where there's a fair amount of organizational mobility among the staff, and so they're no longer present in the organization that a year and a half or 2 years later is trying to measure the effectiveness of that. And I think that's true in a lot of organizations. I think a lot of tech industry probably has that kind of characteristic to where there's people moving around a lot, and so hard to kind of keep track of them. I think that probably is more mature and more stable organizations and organizations that have kind of heavily regulated business lines where they really have to be able to provide those measures.
That's wonderful. Well, that concludes my questions for today. Chris, I really appreciate you being here and taking the time to kind of talk a little bit about your organization and kind of the value that you guys provide to that. So I hope this gives everybody a great understanding of how PMO works, what a PMO leader does, different ways that PMOs interact with stakeholders, how they collect requirements, how they do prioritization, various delivery methods that are used, and also how they can measure business benefits in the delivery of those benefits over time. So thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.